Hi guys, I'm going to go ahead and do a video blog today. I apologize for any views that whatever this is here. So, as I blogged earlier, I went to a local bookstore of mine. Oh yeah, apologize for the lawn. We have a drought, so I'm not allowed to water this. Otherwise, I go to jail or something. Nazis over there across the street. So I went to my bookstore and I found a couple old books. Primarily, and I'm thank you to Steve for this, I found Flannery O'Connor's A Good Man is Hard to Find. This is a collection of short stories written by the Southern Gothic literary artist Flannery O'Connor, who died at, I think, age 39 from lupus on her family's farm in Georgia. Anyway, the title story, A Good Man is Hard to Find. It's a very short story and a kind of a dark story. In fact, it's kind of a disturbing story because it ends with zero hope whatsoever. His family decides to go on a family trip, and the grandmother, who apparently is the only one that reads the newspaper, figures out that this malicious, malignant, sociopathic killer is on the loose. And she says, let's don't go to Georgia. Or no, let's don't go to Tennessee, let's go to Georgia. I just lost the whole narrative here. Whichever way they go to one state instead of the other state. And instead of, anyway, they wind up, the grandma packs a cat and doesn't want anybody to know that she has a cat hidden in her satchel. And the cat winds up jumping out of the satchel and causing an entire wreck of the automobile as it tumbles down a canyon, where they meet the homicidal killer, who the grandmother, through her plaintive pleas and attempts to win the guy over with the apologetic arguments from the Christian Catholic worldview, fails completely. And all of them are basically shot to death by this maniacal, homicidal, sociopathic killer in Georgia. I think it is Georgia. Anyway, so anyhow, it's a really happy story. I think the motto of the story is, don't travel with cats. That's all I got from it. Anyway, the whole reason I talked about this is because this has everything to do with this line of work that I'm in, which is probation. It means I work with people that commit crimes, and sometimes are homicidal, sociopathic malignancies on society. But there's also a realism in the book that says that, well, not all stories are going to have a happy ending or this nice, clean sort of feel to it. And I really told you about that because I want to talk about these birth control glasses that I'm wearing. These are 1-power glasses bought at the dollar store. I don't even bother with prescriptions. Anyway, this book has a non-happy ending, just like many of the situations. The main moral of the story is that any of your clever attempts to try to talk a maniacal, homicidal, malignant killer out of malignant, homicidal, sociopathic conquests are probably going to fail at some point, because there is no cute sociological trick that makes bad people suddenly want to become good. That's the message I've got for you. Well, not you, because you probably aren't working with them. Anyway, the whole point about the glasses, though, is that I spend a lot of time going to classes that claim and to teach us techniques at which malignant, sociopathic, homicidal maniacs can be suddenly coached out of these nefarious satanic tendencies that they probably learned at a coven meeting or reading the Satanic Bible or something. That there's just little verbal tricks we can use that'll make bad people want to become good people, which I think is horrifically misaligned information. But nonetheless, I have to go to these classes. So what I do is I wear glasses, because when they give me information or statistics, as you know how that goes, I can do one of three things. I can either pull them off and show the sudden onslaught of revelation, which looks like this. I can have the sudden fit of indignation, or I can use it for the unnecessary and possibly gratuitous form of punctuation, where I'm speaking. So I'll show you what I mean. So the first example is where I attempt to show some degree of wonderment or the sudden revelation, right? Where somebody says, did you know that local crime statistics have actually gone down and recidivism rates are declining despite the general feel of the local neighborhood? And I will go, really? It's the So you remove them in that revelatory sort of feel like that. But the other thing you can do is the sudden fit of indignation, where they say, last week even one of our very own officers had his house broken into by a crack-addled nut job. And I can go, no way! Absolutely. Okay, so that's the sudden fit of indignation. And then there is, of course, the gratuitous form of punctuation, where I'm speaking and I say, so you're telling me that recidivism has gone down despite the fact that it feels like it's gone up. That's all I wanted to say.